Anarchism. Imagine you're playing a game where there are no rules and no one telling you what to do. Sounds fun, right? That's kind of what anarchism is about. Anarchists believe that people should be able to govern themselves without any bosses or leaders. They think everyone is equal and should have the freedom to live as they choose, as long as they don't harm others. No bosses, just like a group project where everyone has an equal say. Anarchists don't want a single person in charge. Voluntary cooperation, people working together because they want to, not because they have to. Direct action, taking action directly, like cleaning up a park without waiting for someone else to do it. Paris Commune of 1871 is a pretty good example of this, where the people of Paris ran the city without a traditional government for a short time. Authoritarianism. Now imagine the opposite, a game where there's a super strict referee who makes all the rules and watches everything you do. That's authoritarianism. Authoritarians love rules and order, and they think having a strong leader is the best way to keep everyone in line. Features: one leader, like a captain of a ship who decides everything for the crew. Strict rules, lots of rules to follow, and breaking them can get you in big trouble. Limited freedom, not much room for doing things your own way. The best example is ancient Egypt, where the pharaoh had all the power and everyone else followed his commands. He was like the ultimate boss. Communitarianism. Think of a team sport where everyone plays together, supports each other, and the team's success is more important than any single player's glory. That's communitarianism. Communitarians think that the community's needs should come first, and that we should all work together for the common good. Features: teamwork, everyone working together, like a soccer team passing the ball to score a goal. Shared goals, the whole community has the same goals and works to achieve them. Supporting each other, helping your neighbors and friends because it makes the whole community stronger. The kibbutz in Israel, where people live and work together, sharing everything from meals to chores. Communism. Assume everyone in your class shared their snacks, homework help, and even video games. Nobody owns anything. Everything is for everyone. That's communism. Communists believe in a society where there's no rich or poor, and all things like factories and farms are owned by everyone. Features: sharing is caring. Just like sharing toys at recess, communists share everything. No more classes. In society, there are different races, but in communism, there are no race or class. Everyone's on the same level. Working together, everyone pitches into work like a group project where everyone does their part. The Soviet Union under Lenin and Stalin was an example of communism. Conservatism. Let's say you love your old comfy sneakers and don't want to switch to those newfangled light-up shoes everyone's talking about. That's a bit like conservatism. Conservatives like to stick to traditions and are cautious about making big changes. Traditional rules, like sticking to grandma's recipe instead of trying that weird new dish. Slow and steady. Conservatives don't like to rush. They prefer changes to happen slowly, like how a tree grows. Respect for the past. They value history and lessons learned from it, kind of like how you'd listen to stories from your wise old neighbor. Corporatism. Think of a school where every club, like the chess, drama, and sports team, has the opinion in how the school will run. That's corporatism. It's a system where different groups like workers, businesses, and farmers all work together to make decisions for the whole country. Groups have power, like each club and school having a voice in the student council, working together. All the groups cooperate to make sure everyone's happy, like a team huddle in sports. Balance of interests. It's all about finding the sweet spot where everyone's needs are met, like choosing a movie that the whole family can enjoy. Italy under Mussolini had a corporatist system where different parts of society contributed to governing. Democracy. Let's assume your class gets to vote on what game to play during recess. Everyone's vote counts the same, and the game with the most votes wins. That's democracy in action. It's a system where people have the power to choose their leaders and make decisions through voting. Features? Voting, just like choosing the next class monitor by a show of hands. Majority rules. The option that gets the most votes is the one that happens, like picking pizza over broccoli for lunch. Freedom of choice. You can support any game or leader you like, just like cheering for your favorite sports team. Environmentalism. Environmentalists believe in protecting nature and using resources wisely so that the earth stays healthy and happy. Features: going green, like choosing to ride bikes instead of cars to reduce pollution. Protecting animals, making sure all creatures from ants to zebras have a safe place to live. Sustainable living, using things in a way that doesn't waste resources, like turning off the tap while brushing your teeth. Fascism. Think of a game where there's one leader who makes all the rules and no one is allowed to question them. That's fascism. Fascists believe in a strong, centralized government led by one ruler, and they often don't tolerate different opinions or opposition. Features: one leader to rule them all, like a captain who doesn't let anyone else make decisions. Strict order. Everyone has to follow the rules, or there are serious consequences. National pride. A big focus on loving your country, sometimes at the expense of others. Nazi Germany under Hitler is a notorious example of fascism. Identity politics. Picture a school where every group, whether it's the book club, the skateboarders, or the band, wants to make sure their voices are heard and their interests are represented. That's identity politics. It's all about people with similar identities like race, religion, or hobbies coming together to express their concerns and seek recognition. Features: group representation, like each club and school having a representative in the student council. Shared interests. Members of a group share common interests and goals, just like a sports team aiming for a championship. Advocacy, standing up for the rights and needs of their group, like campaigning for more vegetarian options in the cafeteria. Liberalism. Suppose there is a big buffet with all kinds of food, and you can choose whatever you want to eat. Liberalism is like that, but with freedoms and rights. Liberals believe in giving people the freedom to choose how they live their lives. Features: freedom of choice. You get to pick your own path, like choosing which elective classes to take. Equality. Everyone gets an equal shot, just like everyone lining up at the start of a race. Protection of rights. Making sure your fundamental rights. Nationalism. Let's think your school's sports team is super proud of their school and wants to show everyone how great it is. That's like nationalism. Nationalists have a lot of pride in their country and often want their nation to be independent and strong. Features: patriotic spirit, just like wearing your school colors and cheering at a game. National unity, everyone coming together, like a pep rally before the big match. Sovereignty, wanting your school team to make its own rules without interference from other schools. Join the community of curious minds and subscribe to my YouTube channel for a treasure trove of informative videos that will expand your horizons with every click.